Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Robe Kyle Richards desperate for Mauricio back amid Morgan's split. Is Robe star Kyle Richards desperate for Mauricio Umansky to return amid her Morgan-Wade split? Fans seem to feel she has no one as her kids are grown and fleeing the nest. Therefore, she is relying on the company of her estranged husband. So, is she hopeful for a reconciliation? Keep reading for further details. In season 13 of Robe, it was clear that Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky were headed in different directions. She was all about working out and staying sober. Going out and partying was not as big of a deal for her. Yet, Mauricio was busy with his company, the agency. That meant he was constantly traveling, hosting, and partying. She could and did not want to keep up with this, so she started to hang out with country singer, Morgan Wade. Rumors began to swirl that the two women were having an affair, something they denied. Yet, the signs were there and Kyle was quite giddy around Morgan. By the end of season 13, Kyle and Mauricio sat down with their children and shared they were separating. When the reunion aired, Mauricio had moved out and Kyle admitted she was curious about being with a woman. Yet, she had not dabbled aside from a kiss with Morgan. Season 14 has arrived and Kyle claimed she and Morgan are not together, more so, she won't even say her name. Yet, she is very curious as to what Mauricio is up to and who he is hanging out with. She even questioned their daughter, Portia, about it. According to monsters and critics, fans feel Kyle Richards wants her ex back purely out of loneliness. She does not have Morgan Wade by her side anymore, her daughters have flown the coop except Portia, and she is alone. She seemed to think Mauricio would always be there and he did what she wanted and left. One had this to say. Kyle kind of had a whole girlfriend last season and now she's upset that like Mauricio seems to be really moving on. Didn't she get tattoos with Morgan? Kyle Richards seemingly thought she wanted to be free and able to do her own thing. Little did she know that Mauricio would not be pining away for her. He replaced a photo of her and him with his DWTS pro partner, Emma Slater. That killed Kyle, plus he has been dating and is out and about. Kyle appears to have some remorse. Kyle is mad because she put all her eggs in Morgan's basket, blew up her family and Morgan has clearly dumped her. Mauricio has moved on and is over her. Kyle is back to pining over Mauricio because her and Morgan broke up. When Morgan was around, she did not give a f. She needs to examine her fear of being alone. She misses her old life when she is the one who left Mauricio to have an exciting lesbian love affair. Methinks Morgan broke up with her, so now she wants Mauricio to take her back. Mauricio Umansky moved on with philanthropist Nikita Khan and has struggles with his father's girlfriend. So, the last person he is thinking about is Kyle and her loneliness. Do you think Kyle regrets ending the marriage? More so, would she take Mauricio back in a heartbeat? Let us know and watch Robe Tuesdays reality television. Few stories are as intriguing or as complex as the personal lives of its stars. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Robe, has served up its fair share of drama, but the recent developments surrounding Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky have captured the public's attention like never before. With whispers of a split from her romantic partner of over 25 years, Kyle finds herself not just caught in the whirlwind of public speculation, but perhaps longing for a reunion with the man who was once the love of her life. Kyle and Mauricio's relationship has always been a cornerstone of Robe, a symbol of love that endured the highs and lows of fame, fortune, and family life. From their first meeting to their marriage and the birth of their children, fans watched the evolution of their partnership with both admiration and curiosity. The couple appeared inseparable, with Mauricio, a successful real estate mogul, always by Kyle's side during major life events. Despite the drama that often swirled around them, the pair seemed to handle it with relative grace, keeping their personal matters largely private. However, recent reports have revealed that the couple is currently in the midst of a split, following months of speculation about their marriage's stability. This news, coming after Kyle's brief relationship with country singer Morgan Wade, has left fans and tabloids alike wondering if Kyle is truly ready to let go of the man who was once her everything. What's even more intriguing is that insiders are suggesting that Kyle may now be desperate for a reunion with Mauricio, her heart torn between the security of their shared past and the promise of a new future. Kyle's emotional journey has been anything but straightforward. Her marriage to Mauricio, which seemed like the ultimate fairy tale for so long, faced its share of challenges, especially in recent years. As Kyle's star rose on Robe, the pressures of reality television began to take their toll on their relationship. There were rumors of infidelity, both emotional and physical, and as the years went by, the once unshakable bond began to show cracks. Even so, the couple's determination to work through their differences was always clear. Enter Morgan Wade, a young, talented country singer with whom Kyle formed a close bond during a difficult time. Their friendship, which evolved into something more, ignited a media frenzy. Kyle's brief romance with Morgan seemed to be a turning point for her, a chance to explore a different side of herself and perhaps escape the confines of her long-term relationship with Mauricio. Yet, even as Kyle tried to move forward, her past with Mauricio kept haunting her. The split with Morgan Wade, though not as publicized as Kyle's separation from Mauricio, marked another chapter in her emotional journey. While it's clear that Kyle and Morgan had a deep connection, it wasn't enough to fill the void left by Mauricio. The time spent apart has allowed Kyle to reflect, and the realization seems to be dawning that her heart still belongs to the man she once thought she'd spend the rest of her life with. Sources close to the Robe star have revealed that Kyle is now desperate for Mauricio's love and forgiveness. She's come to understand that what they shared was something rare, something worth fighting for, and as her brief romance with Morgan fizzles out, she finds herself reaching out to her estranged husband. Could this be the beginning of a reconciliation, or is it simply a moment of nostalgia, driven by the fears of loneliness and uncertainty? For his part, has remained largely silent in the public eye, though his actions seem to suggest that he's not entirely closed off to the idea of rekindling their romance. He's been spotted without his wedding ring, leading to speculation that he may have moved on, but his body language and the subtle hints in interviews indicate that he may still harbor feelings for Kyle. Mauricio is known for being a pragmatic and somewhat private person, so it's difficult to gauge where he truly stands in this emotional tug-of-war. For Kyle, the pain of the split with Morgan and the unraveling of her marriage to Mauricio have ignited a sense of urgency. She's been vocal about her struggles with loneliness and the difficulty of navigating life as a public figure. Despite her apparent success and glamorous lifestyle, Kyle's personal life has been anything but easy. Her children, who grew up with Mauricio as their father figure, are also caught in the crossfire of this emotional upheaval. The possibility of her family being torn apart by the end of her marriage weighs heavily on her, and the thought of losing Mauricio, a man she's known and loved for more than 2 decades, is something she can't easily shake off. But it's not just nostalgia that's driving Kyle's desire for reconciliation, it's also the deeper understanding of who she is without him. Kyle's recent endeavors, including her solo career in the fashion world and her appearances on Robe, have allowed her to carve out a more independent identity. Yet, no matter how much she's achieved on her own, it's clear that she still longs for the partnership she had with Mauricio. The sense of completeness she once felt in their relationship is something that no one else, not even Morgan, has been able to replicate. As Kyle navigates the complexities of her emotions, she is faced with an uncertain future. A future that may or may not include Mauricio. Will they be able to work through the issues that once plagued their marriage, or have the wounds of their past proven too deep to heal? While it's too early to say what the next chapter holds, one thing is certain: Kyle Richards is desperate for the man she once loved to come back into her life. Her heart is still tethered to Mauricio, and she's not ready to let go of the dream they once built together. In the end, Kyle's story is one of vulnerability, self-discovery, and the relentless pursuit of love. Whether or not she and Mauricio will find their way back to each other is a question that only time will answer. But for now, the desperation she feels is a poignant reminder that even in the world of wealth, fame, and luxury, love is the one thing that truly matters.